Hi folks, and welcome to another video that we're doing. And in this video I'm going to show you the final revision 3 of the RGB backlit translucent Commodore 64 X. We just received this yesterday and I've tested it, fully tested it, very happy with it, and I don't know whether it shows up because I've got the lights on, but this has indeed got extra LEDs that people mentioned in the last revision because the space bar looked a little bit lonely without the extra lights. So that's there now. We've got all these special effects, all these lighting effects. So we can change it. And I can change the colour. So I don't know if you can see that. That was shown in the video by our partners anyway about all the different settings. But like I say, very happy with this. It's absolutely fantastic. So yes, we got a delivery from our partners and we were trying the shipping to make sure it worked really, but obviously utilising the fact that I needed to test this and then inform my partners that I was happy with it. So while that was going on, although I've got these myself, that was pressed in the UK, so I wanted to see the quality of the merchandise that was made in China. So we've got the coasters, we've got the mouse mats. Now the mouse mat, this particular mouse mat, if you look closely you'll see that this is based on the original Commodore 64 from 1982, and it's based on the American style front box, and it's an identical copy apart from obviously we've got the page curl, but very happy with that. And then the most important thing I think is the t-shirt, which was been designed by Paul Kitchen, and I've got my one on here. And on the back it says I helped bring back the Commodore 64. So there we go. So very happy with the t-shirts. So all in all, I'm happy with the quality of the merchandise. It's fantastic, as I knew it would be. So then we've got to move on to the box, because this is the first time I've actually seen the boxes from China. So this is the box that the translucent come in. So as you can see, it's got a handle, and somewhere around here I've got an original box. Here it is. So I just want to show you, going back to the mouse mat, so you can actually see. So this box is an original American style Commodore 64 box from 1982, and you can see we've tried to match that with the mouse mat. So these mouse mats, I forgot to say this, these mouse mats are not part of the campaign as such. I just thought it would be a good idea, because we were close to our own mouse mats, to actually do this and offer this as an extra on the website once we get all the stock in the UK. So what I've also done is, and I think I've mentioned this, we've actually had these boxes made as well, so they're identical to this. So they are original boxes, and so it will look exactly the same as this. I wish I've got one across now, but of course it costs a lot of money to ship it over individually, so I'll probably wait until we get them all in the UK. But the boxes would be maybe good for someone that's got an original Commodore 64, or maybe they've got one of those the C64 and they wanted to make it look more authentic, putting it in an original box, something like that. So I thought I'd get some of those boxes as well, and again put them on the website. So it's not connected to the campaign really. I was just plugging into the end of it to get the extra boxes, because it didn't cost much extra to do that. Anyway, so moving on. Going back to this box, so I just wanted to show you what everything's like inside, even though I've taken the case out, so you can actually see that it's pretty authentic. So you get the box, those of you in the States that remember the original box, you get this box here. There's nothing in it at the moment because this is the bare bones, but for those of you that have bought the Extreme or the Ultimate, obviously you will have the power supply in here and the cables, and then this area is obviously for the actual Commodore 64X. So moving on, and this is pretty good because I didn't know this at the time, but my daughter, bless her, actually pledged on the original campaign, and I didn't know this. She didn't tell me, and when I was going through all the pledges, making sure we had everyone's addresses, there is a pledge, and she actually wanted a Commodore 64 Chameleon Blue, and I thought, while I'm getting the translucent sent across, I thought I'll ask our partners in China, Hong Kong, to send me over my daughter's. And they actually sent it separately, so I thought they were going to send it all to me, to my offices, but they didn't. They sent my daughter's to her address, and so it turned up a couple of days later, so it turned up today. So this is the actual package, what it looks like. So when your orders come out, they're going to be wrapped up in bubble wrap. Now, one thing I want to say, going back to this box, is it's really heavy duty cardboard. It is solid. It's not going to go anywhere. The keyboards, as you'll see when we open this up, it's a really good box. So we're wrapping them up in bubble wrap, and it proves, coming all the way from China to the UK, there's nothing wrong with the boxes. It's had a nice journey, and it's fine. So I'm happy, and one of the main reasons why we're going down this route is because because you'll charge for the volumetric weight for shipping, and because it's going on basically a plane. If you make the box bigger, it's going to cost even more for shipping. So keeping it as small as we can keep it is keeping the shipping down as much as we can, because I know the shipping is quite expensive. So what I'm going to do here is, I've got a knife, and I'm just going to cut it. So I don't want to cut into the box and damage the box, so I just want to cut round this. And my daughter ordered a mug to go along with a Commodore, so I didn't get involved in this at all. All I said to the backers, to our partners, I just gave them her backer number and her name, and I asked them to ship it. So I didn't get involved in the address or anything. They've taken it from the data. So here's the mug. So it's in a really nice, well protected box. Open that up, and there you can see Commodore mug. Very happy with the packaging for the mug. And then look, so straight away, the first time I've actually looked at this Chameleon box, so this is great. I've got to be really careful here. I don't want to damage the box by putting a cut into it with a razor blade. I just want to make it easier to be able to open this up. So here we go. So it's a double. You can see that it's either been packed with 2 bags, or I think it looks to me, yeah, they put it in 2 bags. It's not just 1 bag, it's double wrapped. So here we go. So this is the Commodore 64X Chameleon. As you can see, we've got the colour choices down there. So this will, for you guys, it will actually say what's inside it. So there'll be a little felt tip mark in there. For those of you that play bingo will understand it. It'll either be a little dot or an X. And so there's the serial, which is, I think, the way that they've done that, well, it's my design anyway, but it works really well. So that sticker is going to be on the Commodore 64X case, and also on the manual, which we'll take a look at in a sec. So let's unbox this. I just want to, let's have a look at the back. So there we go. Look at the quality of the box is superb. It really is. I mean, the gloss level, it's just fantastic. There's one thing that I missed when we were doing when we were changing the box slightly, because the box was a slightly different size from my artwork. I've explained that in the past. But on top of that, we use, I can never remember the actual program, But anyway, we use a graphical program to design all this. But our partners in China use Corel Draw, which is a different artwork program. Adobe Illustrator. So we use Adobe Illustrator, but they use Corel Draw. We saved the files, the files that produce this artwork, in an EPS format. But and it's supposed to be a universal format that you can open up with different programs. But even with that, there was some things that were lost in translation. And one of them was the page curl. So if you can see that page curl, it doesn't look quite right. And if I show you the page curl that comes with the mouse mat, you can see it's got like a shadow effect on the actual underside of the curl. Well, that was lost when we transferred this, and you can see there's nothing there. So that's one thing that kind of annoys me a little bit, but I can live with that. Anyway, so let's open this up. And by the way, I thought it was a really good idea to do that because it shows the Commodore seal of quality, which used to be patented, and they let the patent go. So we went on to the UK's trademark website, found the old patent, and then I got Paul Kitchen to redesign it, or not redesign it, but bring it back to the modern fray, and he just added a little extra twist by making it gold, which it probably was gold to start with. It's just that on the IPO, UK's IPO website, it's all in black and white because obviously it was from the 1980s. So let's put this here. You can see, yeah, you can see that. So we open this up, and we can see so this is the user manual. Very happy with the user manual. Let's get the light off that. And it's pretty authentic. You can see on the back, I've tried to, even though it's got information, a lot of information about building a Commodore 64X using a mini ITX motherboard, we've tried to keep it in the theme of the original manual. But if we look at the back of this somewhere, you can see that they've actually put the serial in there. So you've got the matching manual that matches to the box, that matches to the Commodore 64X. And as you can see, I'm going to pull this out now and just show you this, because as you can see, they done when they built the beige Commodore 64Xs, they done a drop test and found the spacebar comes off. And like a complete idiot, I knew this all along because obviously I've been shipping these for a few years, and we already produced a piece of cardboard that goes across the keyboard, and then we have an elastic band around it just to keep the keycaps in position, because they do come off, because they're proper decent keycaps. You can interchange them, so they do come off easy. If you get a courier throw the box in their van, it might dislodge one of the keycaps. So we have that on there. But when they done the drop test, and I went, oh yeah, sorry about that, I forgot to say that it's supposed to have a piece of cardboard across it with a rubber band. And then they went, why didn't you tell us this at the start? Isn't it a bit late to tell us this now? And I went, oh, really sorry, I forgot about that. So they had to order some of these in, and what they've had to do is, so they've got something like 500 original beige Commodore 64 bare bones made, and they've had to, and they're not very happy with me. They've had to go through all 500 to add this piece of cardboard and the elastic band to all 500 of them. So they're not very happy with me for doing that, but I'm an amateur at doing it. I'm not an amateur, I'm pretty experienced, but this is the first time I've ever had anything produced on this scale. But anyway, I'm going to shut up and I'm going to get this out. So this is the Commodore 64 Chameleon bare bones, and it's the first time I've ever seen one completely finished. So look at this beautiful thing, and it is just beautiful. So this is my daughter's, and you can see that it's got the serial number on the back, and let me bring that in so you can see it. And it is kind of emotional for me, because I have designed quite a lot of this, like, you know, all the artwork for the stickers, the artwork for the cases. Although Paul Kitchen's had a lot of input, he's produced most of the stickers and the pictures that we've used and the renders and things like that. But you know, I have had a lot of input on this and spent a lot of time on this. The manual, for instance, I spent something like 2 months on the manual, on both manuals, maybe even longer than that. But anyway, so it's a beautiful thing. It's amazing. So what I was going to do is I'm going to do a build video today and tomorrow after this video. And I was going to do the build video for the translucent, but what I'm going to do is, because my daughter, you know, is amazing to do this, because although she does want one, she really wanted to support her dad. But what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to do the build with this and then give her that as a computer. So we're going to do another silent build, but a more modern one, because the latest one, the last one we did was the J5040, which is the best silent build we've done. It's really super powerful considering it's passively cooled, and that means it's got no fan in there cooling the chip down. It's all done just with the heatsink. It's a really good chip, and this one is, so it's a system on a chip, which means that the chip is actually, the CPU is actually part of the motherboard, soldered onto the motherboard, so it makes it a really easy build to do, because we haven't got to put the chip in, we haven't got to put a heatsink, we haven't got to put a fan in. It's already done for you. Just take it out of the box. There's a couple of things to do, and then you can put it in. If I was building this without filming and just building it, it would take me 10 minutes to build it. It's that easy. So we're going to do that in the next video. But I just wanted to show you, there's something else I want to show you. Let's look at that again. The Chameleon sticker, we had that designed a few years ago, probably 2015 I had that designed, but Paul Kitchen's just finished it off. So I gave him the artwork, because it used to go round the C of C64. It used to the tail of the Chameleon used to wrap round the C, and obviously I wanted to detach the Chameleon logo, because it was incorporated into the C64. I wanted to get rid of that and just have the Chameleon on its own. So he got rid of the C64 and adjusted the tail to go underneath. So Paul Kitchen's had a bit of work to do on that. But yeah, so I am absolutely super happy to get this build underway, and before I carry on and finish off, let's get this out of the way just to show you what this. So this is the box, and again, those of you that had an American version will recognise this, because we've modelled it. It's like for like really, and inside we've got, because this is the bare bones, the only thing in there is the cable ties, the cable tie mounts, and the screws, an assortment of screws. That's all you get in there for the bare bones. But very happy with this. And finally, what I want to talk about now is shipping. So, you know, we've had a lot of feedback from the shipping. Most people in Europe aren't happy with the prices, and I decided to pause the payment links, you know, a week ago now, to go back to our partners and speak to them, and also just go out there and get some prices. And it's been an eye-opener, because I realise how good price our partners got. I mean, they've been telling me all along, and I've been getting prices as well before, over a couple of months ago now, and now getting new prices from companies, and they're coming back, and the prices are 20% dearer than what we've got. But I've got one price from a company called RedSys in Florida, and it would work like this. So all the North American units would go by sea freight to Florida, and then via FedEx, this third party would then ship everything out. So you'd have to wait 8 weeks for this to happen. And it was coming back at, they were going to charge $35 to do it. So that's not including shipping. That's just for them to handle it and pack it and then send it via FedEx. It was about $35, which I thought was all right. So I said to them, look, give me a price, a full price, because I've got every unit that's going to come over has already got the address to ship to. So I want a price per unit, including sea freight and any customs fees and all that. And it come back at $68 per unit. So this is the cheapest you could do it. So it's the reason it's gone up so much is because anything imported in bulk from China has to have a 25% customs charge put on top, because obviously there's a lot of issue with America and China at the moment. So there's a fee on top. So by the time you put the fee on, it kills any gain that you could have made out of it. So I've got, so I've got cheaper prices, but they're not that much cheaper. And then on top of that, I've looked into Europe, because this is the main area that people were complaining about, and I have got cheaper prices. I've gone to the accountants, because the main reason I didn't do this in the first place is because I was worried about being charged VAT for everything coming into the UK. Most of it's going back out, and I'd still have to pay VAT on it. Now, I can get the VAT back, but the problem is I haven't got the money to pay the VAT in the first place to get it back later on. And it over 300 units, that's a lot of VAT. So I've managed to talk to our accountants, and there is a way for me to defer the VAT, so that way I can get everything for the UK and EU. I'm going to get shipped to the UK, and then I'm going to not personally deliver it, but I'm going to ship everything out via DHL. And we've had a lot of good experiences with DHL, because I've been using them for 3 years, and they've been fantastic, and I've been using DHL for shipping all worldwide. So we haven't got any issues with that. I'm just finalising the prices, and we're going to do one EU price for all of Europe. So I've got some prices are higher, some prices are lower, and we're going to equal them all out. But it's still going to be cheaper than what it was, and I'm going to do that, and I'm going to do that early next week. And then there's something else on top. I want to go back to direct from China. After our partners sent these out, and they've got experience sending them, they've come back to say that it's more expensive than what they thought. So not by much. It's a couple of dollars or something. I'm just waiting for them to confirm it, because I put 5% on the prices, because we get charged 2% for collecting the money from Stripe. Then I've got to pay our partners in China, and then pay the conversion charges. So I wanted to put 5% on to cover those costs. So at the moment it might be covered in the cost, and it doesn't matter. But I've got to then worry, what if because they've said the fuel prices have gone up. What if the fuel prices goes up over the next month or so while we're shipping, and then the shipping price goes up again? I've got to factor this in. So I'm also toying with the idea of getting the USA stuff shipped to me, and I'll ship the USA stuff out. So I'm going to put a stop to all these shipping problems. Next week I'm going to draw a line under it and make a decision, and then do another update, and then so the European people will be getting cheaper shipping. Anyone in Europe that's already paid for their shipping, I will do a refund to make it so you've paid the amount that we're going to do. But I'll make a decision on what we're doing for the rest of the USA, whether we're going to still go with our partners, which I'd like to do, because it's 500 and something units, and that's a lot for me to ship out, when they can do it from Hong Kong, and I don't have to worry about it. And then I've only got to worry about the UK and the European one. So it's going to be a lot of burden lifted off me if I carry on and do it the way that we were planning. I just want to make sure, because they haven't come back to me with the new prices. So it might very well be that their new prices are okay, and I don't have to do nothing. But if it changes, then I might completely change and ship it from the UK. I haven't made my mind up yet. As I say, I'll do that next week. I'll do another update, probably middle of the week, probably Wednesday, and then from that update on, I'm going to start collecting I'll refund everyone that's paid already, where the prices are going to be different, and then I'll start sending out the payment links again. What else? Is there anything else I wanted to say? I don't think so. Some of you are complaining that I haven't showed other colours yet. our partners have had a couple of issues. So they've made most of the Chameleons. I think they've done about 75% of the Chameleons. I've asked for pictures of the different colours and they haven't done it yet. So if I've got pictures, I put them straight up because I'm as excited as you guys, right? But they've had a couple of issues with some of the keycaps. They're not happy with. There's some of the letters haven't gone on right, something like that. So they're having some more keycaps made. Now this has affected the Commodore 16 and a couple, I think the red and purple and green, something like that. So they haven't managed to finish them off. So they've put them on the back burner waiting for these new keycaps to come in. And I've been told the keycaps are being pressed next week. So as soon as they've done that, so I've already sent an email the other day to our partners, and I said in the email, for my sanity, please get the Chameleons finished, and I need pictures. So and when I say the Chameleons, I mean the VIC-20 and the Commodore 16. So I'm hoping by the end of next week, everything bare bones wise, apart from the translucent, is finished. The translucent's behind now because obviously they've been waiting for me to OK the keyboard, but now that's in place, and they can start manufacturing the actual motherboard to the keyboard. You know, that's not going to be much longer. So yeah, it's getting there. I know that we're way behind where I wanted to be, and I'm really sorry. And it's, you know, it's been causing me so many headaches. You know, it's affected me because I'm worried about it all the time. But those of you that are worried about this campaign, don't be. It's just one of those things. I think it's because we're doing so much. You know, in hindsight, I don't think I would have done all the different colours now. I think I'd have just got the bare bone, the beige, and then maybe did a campaign afterwards to get the colours done. It was a lot, or it is a lot to get done in one campaign. I mean, it's a huge challenge, and considering we've done it on a shoestring compared to where we wanted to be. I wanted to, you know, we were our partners were forecasting over $1 million, and then when the campaign went down, you know, I was at my low point, and you know, we raised 10% of what we were meant to raise. Had we have raised $1 million, you know, it would have been so much better. You know, the shipping would have been better. Everything would have been, you know, having all that money to be able to do it. And the most important thing for me is, and my Retro Computer as a company, had that happened, we'd have had enough money left over to be able to place a decent order for ourselves, and then that's the company off and running with its own stock. As it is, I think I'm going to end up with like 50 C64Xs left over, maybe not quite that many. We'll have a few of the colours left, but not that many. So, you know, we're probably going to have to do some other campaign after this. But, you know, I mean, this has been a stressful campaign, and I've got to think about whether I want to do another one and put myself through that again. But I love this so much, I'm probably going to do it, you know. But anyway, that's all I'm going to say on this anyway. So look out for the update next week. It's going to be the final update on shipping, and those of you that are going to refuse to pay, then you know, so be it. What will happen, so if anyone refuses to pay it, your orders will be shipped over to me by sea freight at the end with everything else that's coming over to the UK. I'll ship everyone's out, and then when I'm left with your ones, however many it is, I will then say, right, I've got them over here, what do you want to do? I will probably put them on the website, sell them, and then refund you guys. So you guys out there that don't want to pay the shipping, you, at the end of it, you will get refunded after I've sold the units on. So you know, I think that covers everyone. I don't think anyone can be, you know, put out that much by this, because you're either going to get your Commodore 64X, albeit late, or you're going to get refunded. So, you know, I don't see an issue. But anyway, that's everything for this update. Thanks for watching this. I'm super stoked. I can't wait to start the build video, but the trouble is I'm starting to lose my voice now, and I haven't even started doing the video yet. But thanks very much for watching this, and I'll catch you next time. Thanks very much. Bye. After filming that video, I realised that I didn't actually show you the brand new backlit keyboard, so I better do that. So you can see that we've got the new LED lights there and there, so the space bar doesn't look sort of like empty now. But yeah, so this is one of my favourite effects. But let's go through the different effects. And again, the actual footage that I'm watching now doing this doesn't do this justice, because the colours are just amazing. They really are. But we can dull them down so that you know, if I go down, that's a really the settings on that, the lights, even though they look quite bright on the video, they're really dull now. So let's change the effect. So we've got this effect. I don't know whether we can change the colours on that one, no, but we can on this. So you've got sort of like a rain effect, but we can change the colours, I think, on this. Never remember which one. There we go. Yellow, purple, blue, white, red, green. So you know, I like these. Then we got this one. Again, we can change the colours. I do like the red one, I must admit. Next one. So that's just the whole keyboard, whichever colour you like. Change that again. And then we've got a flashing. Oh, let's go. We've got the yellow. Yeah, the yellow looks a little bit sort of like there's a hint of green in that yellow. Again, let's. I like the red. And then we've got one that actually scrolls through all the different colours. And then I do like this one as well. And then let's take it, dull it down a bit, dim it. There we go. So that's there's hardly any, you know, the lights are very, it doesn't show up on the actual footage, but they are very dull now. So let's move on. Oh, now this is my favourite. I love this effect. So if I take this down, and that's the lowest setting, I think. If I try it once more, no, one more, right. Right, that's the lowest setting, but that is my favourite. But if I just show you from the side, from underneath, I just think, you know, it is a beautiful thing. But yeah, catch you guys later. Bye.